All right, so let's get started.
다음 군즈 코스.
So do you all believe that time dilation exists?
망보 까마 코스를 쳐. 코스를 쪽세가 쳐. 그치. 가선던 거나 시그리는 당도 거래. Yeah, the question is, do you think the time dilation is real? Sorry, what's the question?
Does everybody believe time dilation exists? Is a real thing?
다 좋아 전부지에스 다 좋아 당부 좋아 대신에서 다 그치 가라사 되나 영화 말다 사가시면서 다 좋아지에스 좋아 아니 제수 참마기 때문에 뒤 나야 지어와 뒤 나야 뒤 아니 문을 삼고도 해서 yes and 라바찬다네 yes time dilation is real exists 다고 되기 어려스
time dilation
마리아 세니라 바찬다 no 세니라 바찬다 다 양세치다 not sure 라니 하쿠만 손라니 바찬다 타이단레시 요사레메사 하쿠음들라니 not sure maybe
all right, if time dilation doesn't exist, why does the muon reach the ground?
다시 저 트라치 yes 다시 다서 당고도다 게라라 트라치 yes 라 get this dinner te me baina ane panang ge mien di sathula kandas like this tamada le yabuji jata mada te tra tanji te len jagro get this dinner ti ngis me baina ane khasan ge mien di sathula kandas like this yeah, impossible. Without time dilation, it's impossible for the muon to reach on the ground.
Because of the time dilation, that's why muons can reach.
Yeah. Without time dilation, can reach. Yes.
Right. So without time dilation, the muon can only travel 0.6 kilometers.
Right. The dana super right. That's good. The getting a sola dinner may by Myung Dishila dinner which machine do Amidua. Ra kilometer lequards are 2 machine do Amidua.
So if no time dilation doesn't exist, then we wouldn't be able to observe muon on the ground.
The get is dinner may by Nasu Satoni and a mu malhepati cro that Twacro Maris, Tontcamaris.
So I hope this convinces you that time dilation exists.
Take it dinner year, but the laya ratutia, Segura, Nishil Helaya, and it's your pentoperiod. Yes?
Yes?
I heard that.
All right. But of course, I posed to you before the lunch a paradox.
That Yingon Shella, Pasamato, Wala Chetsula, Chingendu, Chicolaya, Trachi trees.
From muon's own point of view, muon, it has this velocity, and this is the time that it travels.
다 가리세요레 세나로와 다 미용 코롱 요사게 뒤실라 샤데토 미용 코롱라 첨바인 바이나스 라 디세 코롱라 첨바이나 아니 그 미용 코롱 그 조셀라 디다 지제로와 조셀 디다 지제 아니 코롱 기타 지세서고로와 디인딘 디나 지마시요 마레스 미용 코롱 기 뒤신나 첨바인 바이나
And therefore, according to muon, it travels only 0.6 kilometers.
That is number mion kola shisha kiche baina kilometer la ko tu machine rut kyo mares.
So according to muon, does it reach the ground or not?
That was yes, right. Get is mion la ya shisha kiche baina mion de tis hatola legre leg mares.
No? Who say yes? Who say no?
No, senor, yes, a leg mares, senor, mion koronga tijus.
Who say yes?
Legre, senor, yes.
Why yes?
Karchini, yes, resa. Akataji.
Coincident that the Mio and in Josijero, Josi the Wig Josilia, Talon Dauchadero. The Chadi goes to the Coral Tony here, you know, to see the second G and Royal Marta. 이게 뭐 영향제로 대마도 로요 말했어. 최상이 그 대응투기랬어.
다 그런 게 뜨니 셰바임바는 치도 실은 거요 마스 거와.
어때요?
According to my answer is according to Myo, since the speed is really high, almost the speed of light, it takes a very short of period of time to reach the ground, according to Myo.
All right, but we know muon has only a lifetime of this many seconds.
따단다가 수고 고야데가나 Myo 그런 게 셋세 그선디마시오 말이스.
So muon is born, travel for this amount of time, and then it decay, disappear.
That is it. That Myo 그런 걸라 처음 봐임바나스 그런라야 그렇잖 딘다 친구는 그 제라야 아니 그런 센저지 루샤고요레스 매버차고요레스.
So the question is whether during muon's lifetime it can reach the ground.
다 드라테가레 시스템발라야 Myo 그런라 치센 데레지 마시오마 치센 디나라야 그 사토라 뉴트 그로에세 드라테레스. 가서트나 녀성아야. 다 녀고나 말해서래다. No?
So
Tentera, are you sure? The answer is no?
so there's a contradiction.
다 가르쳤네. He's saying, according to us as an observer, it can reach, but according to Myo, it cannot reach. So it is relative. It depends on the observer or the friend.
Right, but that's contradiction, right? Because if it reach the ground, it reach the ground.
다 들은 겐데 차가도 와스와. 나수 다나 콜레코르슨 그런 다나 콜레코 말스는 겐데 차서 와사. 차사. Yes, it's contradictory.
It's contradictory. So where did I do wrong when I do this analysis?
That is the 겐데 차서 와스와. 겐데 차바 하고 쏘아. 나수게 티나 타스타바 콜레기어와. 다 그런 티나 삼도가 레기미도와. That is the balaya 나수게 노트 콜라치요로 에스타. 들으시래. 네 거래.
Who observed 10 kilometers? Which observer? Us. Does muon see 10 kilometers?
Sorry, what's the question?
Does muon see 10 kilometers as the size, the thickness of the atmosphere?
Does Myo
Sees, observe, 10 kilometers.
That what it is. That what it is. Tambalaya. Ngasu sukola gala de denich taba imbana sukola ga longkam go tusela kasore Tambalaya kilometer chuyor was ra. The Myo kurang gugune taba imbana longkam go tusela kilometer chuyor wes.
No, why not? Why not?
Karchine yomare sa.
That's projection. Right? According to muon, I'm at rest because I'm muon. But what do I see? The Earth is approaching me. At which velocity? 0.9999c, right?
That is Tambala Dikapsa Karyongore, Senangasuga, Jankum Sati Yongores, that this is Zendana Tatan Zendana poetry Sajiti Yorwa. That Jankum Sati Yongores, Tarwa, Jankum Stambalaya, that Myo Kurangi, Tuishignane Tabaimbaina, Sukula de Kuranga Shola Yongores. This Sukula Susu Shola, the Myongo Shola Yongoyoba, Rada, Ketita, Gumegi Tishla Shisha Baimbana, Myongi Tishting, Gumegi Tishila Shisha Baimbana. And Sukula te Kugosola de Yongores, the Dick of Simbana, that the Yomba considered in Joseka Soresana, that Wogan Josegi, Electors of Gugulas Yongores.
So does a muon see 10 kilometers as a distance between the ground and atmosphere? Or did he see something else?
That Rote Karchagores is Nambala, the muon did not do what you're going to Yombicapses. Ra, then Josen did not do what you're Yombicapses. Yanaku Tastambala Sukulati Myon Shola and Josen did not do what you yung wake up that social so yung go wa dinner do chi yung wake up so myong gi te ba inas sukula ga longkham go thusete kilometer chila thongre yana jende chila thongres yeah something different
Something different. And how is it different? Is it longer or shorter? Right? That's a less contraction.
aha ta kandas thongre ta mando kandas thongre rembo thongre thonga thongres na thonga thongres la jak do thonga kandas thongre sena ta de nga su ge jangkhum ge ne tong de la tene chungores ta
Right, so now you know on the ground, I see 10 kilometers. This is the rest frame of the Earth, right? And what does the muon see? It sees this combination.
aha ta tanda nga su gro wa ta sukola ga ne nga su du step ba na nga su gume ge niwa chila de de ta ta go yor wa ta nga su ge ko kilometer chila thong go yo pa ina ro kilometer chila thong go yo pa na myong gi tuition ne ta ba imna na ko gun dinda chi thong go yo res ta rang sa de
Right, so if you do calculation, shall we do this? Or you haven't enough math?
yeah they can do I think
Okay, so let's try this. What is the thickness of the atmosphere
aha
according to the muon?
aha ta su chi ja ro chi sa ta myo la shi sha chi ke je she pa ba na longkham gi se ti ka su re sa ha tande ha ko so longkham gi se ti ta nga su de kilometer tande de me kilometer chire do a ta nyam si de ka re do can you write
All right, so let's look at the formula.
ta nyam si ka re sa na
So L0 here, this is measured in the rest frame of the object, right? So this is, yeah, proper length.
ha ta tanda nyam se ta ra je de re sta tanda de na ne nga su la ya teach to L records to L record de la ya proper length na nga su ga rangba gi rin se lag do rangba rin se wa rangba gi rin se ti kandas se ja gore se na ku rest frame se stambalan gume gi teach kana na sa je gi ores
Right, so it's 10 kilometers L or L naught.
that is tambalas ra tanda nga sulan de la ga ge 10 kilometers to ga de la 10 kilometer chu chu sto ti L re L records ya L re se ni la ba chanda ya L records se ni la ba chanda ya L not
Why L0? Why? L0 is a rest frame, right? And the 10 kilometers is measured in the rest frame with, if I'm on Earth, I measure this distance is 10 kilometers.
right tanda ta L record de res ra 10 kilometer te kare se stambala nga su sukula gana de ta sukula ga longkham se jago ra nga su gume ge tish chile de ta nga su ge sukula ga longkham te se je pa na kilometer chi ro marwe re o che de L record de res ta ka su chasta chi chasa ro da
Right, so L naught is 10 kilometers.
ta ko L ko test chitang na ko le ko ja sa te gume gi tuch na shak do ra rest frame ta ka zalis That's it. That's just a new macqua. Records are good. Ah, with the records are good. Excellent. Timar, you formula note this. Remember. Remember, going to remember.
Yeah.
If you take L0 is equal to L divided by, you can do it like this. Because if gamma is 70 into 10, it will be...
No, this is 1 over 7. 1 over 70 is 7. 1 over this is 70, right?
Yeah. So this should be like L0 divided by gamma.
0 point, what's that?
Here it is written L0 into gamma.
No, that's 1 over gamma. Gamma is 1 divided by that.
7 to 1. No, 0.01414. What's the rest? 10 into?
All right, some of you already calculated gamma this morning, right? How do I rewrite this in terms of gamma?
That the gamma is not conducted. Sopa chesson the gamma na serwa. Take a that consumer kitchen to the legend. Take a sorry, the gamma not
1 over gamma.
0 masabasheta.
Right?
Ah. The 0.1 by the master. Tandaki this to a gala chit to a galaga. The Tumuda there. Quarters. Oh, they Tumuda there. They Tumuda. Then the gamma in a trina candidates, no 0.0.9, did not call like oil. Gamma at the nest. The gamma check is cheat to go, cheat the galasha, all a gamma the trugua, or those race. The Chesu gamma did not show us just Haroda. Roa, not these are Tonga Casone to treat the Jushan Tanajaroa. Takasolis. Ah. 0 less 0.1414.
What's a unit?
Kilometer.
Kilometer. So can muon reach the ground?
That is the last row. And then beyond this, Sagala Legaresa.
Yes.
That kitchen which is yes and yes dinner. Legaresa. Oh, yeah. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Right? Because according to muon, it travels 0.6 kilometers.
Tanda Mion Corona Chomba Bana Koronga Tsetinane, Koga Tsetilaya, Kokatsuan Rigid Graces Tambalaya, kilometer Lekosa to the Kundrigit Kruas.
But the thickness of the atmosphere is only 0.14 kilometers.
That Tinane, along come get to Tseti, the Miola Shishawa Bana, along come get to Tseti Kasuresana, Lekosa, kilometer Lekosa Shirin to us.
And therefore, muon can reach the ground. According to itself.
Chezans Ra, and a Muante, Nipanane, Tanda Sagala, Het Kyores.
So there's no contradiction.
Tins Tambale de la Yangindu Yomares.
Is it clear?
Sebucha Soesa. Yes.
That's the other one. Sorry. All right, so you're right. The thickness of the atmosphere, not 10 kilometers. but it's 0.14 kilometers according to muon, and therefore it can reach the ground, as we observe. So no contradiction.
Right. That and the merely Shisha by Banas, the Miote Kunjopu Yungo, right? The Shisha by Bana, and not so long to the along the 230 system by kilometers, along come to 30 kilometers, Chumares, kilometer, like Chishires, Tinstamalaya, Mion, Sakala left Kuyores.
Any questions?
Try yours. Try yours, Mason, no question.
Amazing.
Yeah, but it's a try, to this, I don't like that.
Oh, there's a question. Yes, please.
Yangshan Gonichi
Did you write it?
Yeah. They're asking. Can you repeat that again?
All right. So for lens contraction, we know from observing the lens which is moving, right, like that ball case, the observer would observe the lens contracted, right? And the contraction is given by this formula.
Tatandarwa, Tatangatsuga, Junkum said, take up Sukarasukure, Sandarwa, Tangatsuga Tanichi, Marangatsu, de Tatagoro, Mara, Roa, Gushutangi, Onigan, Uchila Tabainas, Roa. Gushutungu Uchila Tagayopana, and then Gushutungu Uti, Ranseti Chinton Dugur, Chinton Duguresta, Dusekandas and Duguresana, and then Asulaya Nyamsu dilated Duguresta, Nyamsu dilated.
Right, so again, if in the wrist frame of this ball, it has a length of L0, then according to you, observing the ball moving at some velocity, what you will observe is L, which is given by L0 times 1 over gamma. And remember, this factor is smaller than 1. Right, so what you will observe is shorter compared to L0.
Tatanda Dinaneta by Narwanga, so L0 Tikasuresena, L0 Seti, Tanda Dicasa Karetagores Stambalaya, Mion Kuran Latabaina, Kurangit, the Kuran Poppy getting Sechor, Telatagores. This are. Tainayans, Tangatsugi, Tangatsu Chelone Tanichika Tagora, Chelone Tanichika Tazitambalaya, Kugun Josela Poppies, Kurata, Kugun Josela TV. And then you put it on Session that those do it, so do yourself, then the punk could dig it to city Sugorwa. To city, Kandachagres and to city and Jinchon Dugores. Right, Chitabla Dugres, Jinton Dugres, they like Junkum Segures, that Rotante Kandadores and L not Segurata, and that's with Tamput L not did Dirwata, Kuga Josete Lecorin Bicapsera. They did dig Jurvares, dig Jurvas and a Kayak Segures and the Gamashaka Chiki Jurbat and Songores.
So far so good? Up to here?
This
All right, so let's apply this to the problem we are working on.
That thing also Tanda Tashin Big and Zish to Atina like Pechutan by na.
Right, so now, according to you on the ground, what's the thickness of the atmosphere you see?
That under was Sukula Gangla, Sukula Gangla, Yoping, Atsula, Shisha, Chikeche, by Baina, and a long come get to Sekasuresa.
10 kilometers. Right, you see muon coming towards you.
Tangatsuke, Kugu Tusela, kilometer Chiche, Karitungare system, Bala, Mion, Atsuka Shola, Yungo Patitungarwa.
So far, so good?
Right there.
All right, so now I'm going to switch the role. I'm the muon. I'm coming toward the earth. I'm the muon, and therefore I'm at rest, according to me.
That under take a quarter lens or so. That under Nasuka Juchi against Rua. Tangana. Mio in big want to tell that Mio teaches Shola Yungu Panasukula Shola Yungu Pambana, the Mio Naran Latipa in Bana, and it to city, Kariore, Gumegitish non Yorwa, or your race.
So what do I see?
땅이 가리 통그레스.
I see the earth, the ground approaching me at 0.9999 speed of light.
다 면 나랑 이비 원탄체 두스 나랑 그 뒤시나 타바인 바나 스쿨라티 구근 족세 의근 족세게 레코드서 그무라 니쇼라 추용고요레스.
So now, Miwang, I'm going to measure the distance, the thickness of the atmosphere, which is moving toward me.
다 가르치그레스나 다 면 나랑 면 문이 나랑 그 쇼라 용신베게 스쿨라게 롱캄 그 특세티 세자그레스.
Right, so in the atmosphere's frame, meaning the Earth's frame, we know the atmosphere is 10 kilometers, which is L naught.
다 단다 스쿨라게 뒤시나 타바인바이나 아니 스쿨라가 롱캄틱 가서레스나 롱캄 그 특세티 킬로미터 줄레스.
Right, and what is this factor? Given that the Earth is moving toward me at 0.9999 C.
다 단다 데카서와 케테 스콜라 가르게 쇼라야 의근 족세게 레코드서 구구구구구라 연구요 바이나 데게 젠탄테 가서레사.
What is gamma that you calculated this morning?
다 가마 가서레스 레코드서 구구구라치 바이나 가마 가서레. 가마 시포 가서레. 0.
How about gamma? 70, right?
가마
Right.
든치르도 와. 젠탄테. 레드. 1 divided by ताना कर लगता 70 लगता
About 70, right? So when you take 1 over gamma, or you can just calculate this, right? 1 minus 0.9999 square, and then take the square root. You should get 0.014.
내 가마때 든치르 와 든치르도 든데 근데 가마 is 7 7.2
70, no? Is it 7?
7 왜
70.
아니
right?
70 sorry
70,
70 yeah 로 따디체 아니 케티 저런 딜라야 비디게 살라 뉴스디게 살라로 레코드서 고고고고 시자데 시반반에 철로 레베티 딜헤크레스.
So what is 10 kilometers multiplying 0.014?
다 킬로미터 쯤에 레코드 치기시기 줄바이나
0.14 units
지시거래
kilometer. So does that help?
디펜토서 회사 구츠서 회사
That's clear?
수차서 회사
So now do you believe time dilation exists and there's no contradiction?
Well, he's asking what is the L, this one.
L is according to muon. How far, like from the atmosphere to the ground, what the distance is. Like the thickness of the atmosphere.
따다게 L 되게 갈성거래서는 미온래 시샤바인바이나 롱컴 그 특제 가수인 바디 성구요레스.
Right, so meaning, again, here I have some label, I don't know whether you can see, but on the slide, on your computer, you should be able to see. This is 10 kilometers, according to the observer on the ground. This is 10 kilometers, this is 10 kilometers.
한타 단데 제수도 지치바나 타란트체 통도코 마레스 제수가 로레 간타나 요레스다 데로와. 아니 가수다 사강라 요비기 밀라 타바인바나 아니 킬로미터 쭉 세티 데페트 킬로미터 쭉도와 니슈르도와 데스브지레스.
And L, so that's the 10 kilometers is according to somebody on the ground.
나하다 단다게 킬로미터 쭉 세디 가나 스쿨라 강나 요비기 미치 시샤데 바인바나 킬로미터 쭉 디티레스.
Where L, that you just calculated, is this distance according to the muon.
다 단단하게 LGO와 다다가 쓰자바인바나 단다게 킬로미터 째다 가서 사강라 요니 미치라 첨바나 킬로미터 째이라와 임바나 미용콘 족보 연구였자 아니 킬로미터 쭉이 사제데 가서 차그래서나 킬로미터 레코드가 시게 랑세테 통고요레스.
In particular, according to Muon, the lands get contracted.
아하. 단 하버트스와 단다 미올레 시샤케체 셰파인바나 네 장타데 쿰고요레스.
Because the ground is reaching the muon at a very high velocity, very close to speed of light.
나타 단다 데캅세 임바나 미올레 시샤케체 셰파인바나 스콜라 미온 그쇼스 하전 욕보 용고요레스.
And given that this distance is smaller compared to the distance according to muon it travels, and therefore muons can reach the ground according to itself.
아하다 미올레 시샤케체 셰파인바나 미온 코랑기 체체게 뒤수시도 가로와 체체게 코랑게다 체체데나틀레 코랑게 체체난 저저시트가 장타시도가 때 드루바인바나 단단데게 스콜라게 롱컴게티 추총한도와 레마레 딘스탄발라야 미온코 롱컴네다코 바나네 사강라야 뇨고요레스.
So
사이콜라 제자는 게 사이콜라 미용실에서 노고요. 그래서 로그는 단단한 사이콜라 제자
간장만질 like this. 아, 스콜라 제자데다나 스콜미 스콜라면. 아하. 아하.
초대 사이콜라 디지털의 샤바이나 사이콜라 미용실에서 계속 미용으로 쇼를 로고요. 이용 계속 망고나 이 가다 투바하데
스콜라 시샤 케체셰 바인바이나스. 아니 아하. This is my question is in the French in the frame of reference of the earth.
the earth,
Does this happen? Will this happen? Because if on the frame of the earth, are we moving towards the new myo?
No,
If not, he's saying this cannot reach on the ground.
No, so if you are on the earth, what's the thickness of the atmosphere you see?
That's 스콜라 강라 요파인바이나 스콜라게 롱캄 그 특색 가서레스. Yeah, 10 kilometers.
10 kilometers. That's the number you measure,
아하.
right?
라, 단데 체자바데 다가와고가 롱캄 특색 10 kilometer 찌르와.
And how long does muon, and what is the muon lifetime? Like how long does it fly?
긴다.
아.
디 저전지 네네. 네네.
Right, so you see 10 kilometers, right? And now the question is whether the muon can reach the ground according to you on the earth. And we just calculated this morning, according to you on the ground, you see the muon flying towards you. And therefore, time is dilated.
다는 쇼방가 속에 요레스 다는 가서 쇼방가 속에 because 다 스콜라 강내 가서 스콜라 강내데 스콜라 띵 구메게 뒤지라 시샤 셰파임바나 미온테 가서 쇼라 소용고 요레스 라 롱康가출레 타바이나 롱康게 30 km 주레스 됐어 다티 감상 가출라야 다는 쇼방가 속 지장스 담발라야 미온레 시샤바임바나 라 아니 다 거기 디디 가르치고 그래서나 뒤수티 날고요레스 뒤ner 용고요레스 뒤ner 존스타 발라야 뒤순 디그나라야 미용 맞춰서 뇨크라 뇨코마레스나 뇨크레스 그래서
Right, so since muon traveled, it has a longer lifetime according to you on the earth. This is a distance that muon traveled, 42 kilometers.
다 스쿨라 강라 요피 나출라 시샤 케체셰 파임바나 아스라 스쿨라라 티게 나출라 시샤 케체셰 파임바나 미용게 츠츠티스 링와요레스 두사 링와 딜라 시샤 파임바나 코 장타 라완 도트고요레스 두사 장타 라완 도고 요자 미용테 스쿨라 강라 렙고요레스.
And given that according to you, the atmosphere is only 10 kilometers. But muon travel 42. Can he reach the ground?
따라와 초랑라 시샤 케체셰 파이나스 아니 롱캄 그 2 km 줄에스 million kilometer ka son rut kres na shenjala rut kyores this tambalaya kutsra nyokorwa let korwas
디 ngazo dinjang gelene chi thawa yare dela
ah
mi khaji ji lene dinjang gole chi thawa yare tin gorje
What?
yes
You want to say something? Yeah.
di chen le lang go chu da
T L not la jasa yeah Geshe-la earlier Geshe-la is saying can we do a role play to explain this so
Okay, so who wants to be the Earth observer? Who wants to be the muon?
So his question is from the morning's discussion and to the afternoon discussion for the L naught and the till naught. And here we have the L naught as the observed from the earth.
Yeah.
And in the morning for the T naught is the T for the muon.
Yes.
So why is the case?
Because that's how I give you the numbers.
Right. Yes.
Because the 10 kilometers, that's what you observe. I could also tell you, well, in muon's frame, I see 0.14 kilometers.
근데 가상가 속에 지금 학교에 잡당 찍어와 잡당선나 하고도 다 variable 돼 저장도 거 데이터 레스 단단 가서 스텝 바테 카르 스테버레스나 킬로미터 치즈 리스테샤요레스 와 됐어 ngasu sukol ganate tomato ya shende bana myongi tisa ganate tabaim baina kilometer leko sachi shirezungi tambo kroste shacha shende te pha chogchina dukores.
Does that make sense?
Yes sir.
Sort of. Right, it is given because let's try again. Shall we do the role play?
Yeah, you just
I don't know how to do the role play.
Yeah, I don't know too. We are not fast enough to do the role play.
Let me see, what do I want to do? Oh yeah. Right, let's try again. According to you on the Earth, you measure 10 kilometers. That's the thickness of the atmosphere. According to you, is the atmosphere moving? Or is it just fixed there?
That chorong somebody asra. That chorong somebody mana ane namkage longkam gutse kilometer chute shayorwa. Teshayores. The chorong somebody mana longkam ting guche tangore o maris. No, not moving.
Not moving, right? So you are in the frame, you see 10 kilometers. That is a frame, according to an observer on the ground.
Tasukula gana yopi gitashe patila shishapi gitishitires.
So far, so good?
Yes, sir.
And now, when I tell you the lifetime of the muon, measured in the lab, which is a rest frame of the muon. By definition, this is measure when muon is not moving.
Tatanda de gala nga su sija badele gala ya tesha de kare tabala ya muon gi guchu tang me pi kaps stra ane ko gi sitse tin tin do chire zle tesha yores.
So I hope that clarifies. To just
so
think like what that quantity means and where does that quantity, when I give you the number, where the number come from, like who measure it.
Tatanda de korang gerwa te saptang te zu sugurwa tan jotang te kare sengu yo pata kare yimbata ko te tangka de te yon stambala ko kare sengu yo pati se uchases. Yeah.
That's good?
Yeah.
All right, so if we have time at the end, we will do the role play.
Ta kete ne thamatele tisen dansana ne tapkuchi ko sa.
But we can summarize this here.
Yeah, that.
Right, so according to somebody on the Earth observer, the atmosphere has 10 kilometers. The lifetime of the muon is what?
2 into
3
10
times
10 power minus 6 second.
This is a muon. Right? And what's the lifetime measured on Earth? You calculate this morning.
그러니까 그래.
What's the number in sum?
미혼을 시샤바이나 그게 지세대 가서 스콜라 가는 시샤바이나
1 point,
원바 가서다
4? 1.41? Is this right?
do that 1.4 into 10 power.
Distance travel is what? 42 kilometers. And this is 0.64
4 6
kilometers.
Let's see.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yes. 0.6.
0.6.
Yeah. Right.
That's the lesson. Ah.
인다와 나트와지 땅저지 다다디 미용 코롱 라토네로 다다 가서 디 달롱강 그 킬로미터 아니 레고 사죠 히리도
레고스 치시야.
다틸라디 아니 가시 다왜 히야치네로 왜 코롱 라토네 시와이나 아니 지 가서 왜 용사다 니마이나 가리나 티니도 아니 사콜니 버고 jonta지로 테 레고이 러그래 다 jonta જરૂરી લગરે કંડરે
또 왜 꺼내온 거래?
તાકો નિમાની 용이나 위에 레고로 아니 드니 가서 잠만에 받 레고로 다 레디고서 아니 왜 코로나 또 내려 다 코로나 또 니시야나 아니 니만도 아니 잠만에 버고 아니 jonta데 레고리 베스
장토테 간데스타
가르치니스나 다다 미엄데 다코 책이지 거네니 레디고서 가서 뒤버고 jonta데 컴네로 샤전 주니 차다 돈도 쉬우 차다
아하. 다 단다디 임바나 롱캄로다 롱캄 찍고 찍고요. 킬로미터 쯧이라 야스거와. 디커셈바나 킬로미터 쯧이는도 킬로미터 쯧이 임바나 아니 미올라타 스바나 킬로미터 레코사 시시마시 차고메도 라. 근데 스쿨라타 니마니가 장타 셰파네 스쿨라타 니마니가 벌고 장타데 차고 말와. 아하. 다 이말라 뒤에서 마다 왜 라틴에서 거다 왜 뒤치려시 샤바인 바이너와. So if you here we have the muon and with the speed and for the muon to enter the earth according to the muon it takes only about like 0.14 kilometer.
No, this is
In the,
yes, it just pass through, right?
Yes.
So it can pass through. Yes.
Yes. So my question is for a photon to reach from the sun to earth. So how long it takes, or what is the distance? So if his question is if, for instance, the photon enter from the top of the atmosphere to the ground. So for the photon, it appears the distance is 0
Right.
kilometer.
Right. Yes, for photon.
한 다른 자 레스다 저런 거 단다 gelak 공부 나서 단다 또 쓰자 바이나 로아 tako photon system ba odute ga su ge nimagi nane tra ta yo ma yo ko jang thara bo wa ta tanda ga su de la ya kilometer che longkham ge gan is bo wa longkham ge gan ni kilometer che ge yo satne ma khore ane longkham ge gan ni ta ga su ge sa gan la ya phwa la as
Excellent.
tako jang tha te ga su cha gare na jang tha tanda choron go so na se kilometer le ko cha gare
Right.
It reaches the ground simultaneously, right? Like instantly.
Yeah. That's clear, right?
That's weird.
gintaga di drawasit.
No, not for us. For
Not for us, right? For us, you still measure, right? That's where the observer, right? That's why you have to have to think about from which observer's point of view the measurement is made.
that and the gelage gisela so atisha sha paimbaina that and the caps kechete says tambala ngatsuge ta shipa tirwa ta shi jinye tile shisha keche chikures ta ngatsule shisha sha paimbaina ko longkan ganma ko le tsong goiten gogores rwa wedi kurangi tisila shisha de to wedi tigrane keche sha paimbaina ni kechi mala ma sagala legres. You want to take questions?
pena nganzo dira
Here first.
Aladi.
And then
Ni trawa de din tanda mel la dang sikola ni thama de la khonim cheira. Cheira ti kabla men de sikola tambun chere sikola de mel la chere. Ter ni
Rati abude. Rati tanga matanga. Oh yeah, sure. So my question is,
yes.
when the muon reaches to the ground,
Yeah.
it meets the ground,
Yeah.
it touches the ground.
Yes.
So my question is, does the muon touches the ground first, or does the earth or the ground touches the muon first?
According to who?
The sulashisha bainas. This is sulashisha bainas.
According to who?
Sulashisha bainas. Didn't like the chamber. Macho kitchen to the Tishi Chorimbe, and a Sukula gonna the Chorimbe, Mioimbe. Chishada Madina Lanikoire.
Right, so the events occur for both observers, right? But who is touching who, that depends on who is the observer.
The Kangi Tampu took a research, or the Tashibala Raligores, Tanila Raligores. That's a Tanya Karatagimbe. On the earth.
Right, so if you are the earth, who is touching the earth?
That's a circular in be gone your picture and Tashipa in Banet, Tampotele Sutuka, Sugus took your reason, and Miongus Sukula took your ass. Yeah, the Gisela don't say, they decide.
tanda dira nge ti according to meo chena zombole meo se tsuye la te enjoy yorwa ta nganzo ta shiba nganzo zombole che meo nganzo se tsu yongo yorwa tin tin meo speed ka sire enjoy se
I'm spirit.
ti zero de chibarwa ta meo le shisha na ta dira to shiba meo chena dira speed chibare.
So my question is, the speed we have,
Yeah,
this one,
yeah.
is the speed of muon according to us, or the speed of the muon according to muon itself?
What do you think?
Chongatina karisares.
Nge meo tana reste.
I think it according to muon.
According to Miwang, okay, that we can do role play. I need 2 volunteers. 2 volunteers.
야, 당만이 야셔서. 아이, 됐어. 저는 뭐, 됐어. 마마, 잘로치는 쇼. 잘로는 쇼다. 야, 잘로도 야 지금다. I just want to have someone from the back. 야. 아까라서 영어 던지는 거만 전에 저는. 야, 그래서 쇼.
Who want to be the Miwang?
저는 뭐.
Alright, so you are the Miwang. Alright. So now you are flying toward Geisha Gilak.
야, 대충 그새 gel에서라야 더 풀지 주셔서.
Yes, it's like this is your speed.
아하, 저런 거 조선들에서 더 풀어지사, 풀지 그런.
Alright, so what is this speed according to who? Gilak. Yeah, so you are on the ground according to you. Do you agree with that? Alright.
됐다. 내가 지금 조세로 레코드가 레코드 여기 조세가 레코드가 그래서 때 술을 시작했지 그래서나 라 그래서 gel라 기실라 시작했고요. 쿠라 샤샤 코 스쿨나 데피긴 구메기 다시 받치다 시작했다 명그 조세들에서 걸어와. 그때 뒤송아. 갈릴라 틀리시고 세때 Yes. Yes.
So again, but now this time I want you, the Miwang, to observe what's the relative motion of Gilak toward you.
다 단다처럼 미원데 단다 추판 누구레스. 단 루이 값처럼 그 가릴라 따로치 세스나발라야 아니 초롱라 시샤데다 아니 게실라게 되지기 구초지거와 무브먼트 모션데 간단하게 메테 따로치스. 그래서 쿠이비 차셔도 상관당하다. 야, 지.
Be careful.
쿨라 따기 치셔. 쿨라 따됐다. 너야 말이다. 야, 나 페널티잖아.
Alright, so according to Miwang, what does he see?
아하. 다 제출로 왔다. 미연 코로나 기 시샤 깨지 셰파인 바에 그 가리 통거리스.
Right?
Yeah, they will see Geshe-la or the earth is coming toward the Mion.
Right? In opposite direction, but you're with this same speed.
Right, 그 도서라. 잠런데 수수고 쇼라 연구요 바 선거레스. 뉴센디가 가네. 뉴센디가 연구요 바 선거레스.
Yes, and alright, and according to Geshe-la, what is the distance that the Miwang, here is the atmosphere, right? What is the distance of atmosphere?
다 Geshe-la 시샤바인 바이나 다 코로나니가 바나데 땅가수가 롱캄 그 투세들의 시샤바이나 투세가 소리스. 10 kilometer.
10 kilometers. And how far did the Miwang travel?
According to?
According to, good, thank you. According to Geshe-la.
I need to translate that. That Geshe-la 시샤 Geshe-bain 바이나 asra. 아니 미원 두지치 담발라야 장타 가수치라연 두지치오레스.
42 kilometers. 42 kilometers. And what's the amount of time that the Miwang traveled?
For the Mion's lifetime, right? Distance.
Miwang's lifetime, according to Gilak.
That under 42 kilometers change say that the Karana ko Mion Kora Tabet Mazopat, the Mazopata to buy a kilometer change to that the dwellers that the Sokasungo rest Gishilagi Tishin on the kitchen shape and bana. Yeah.
Right, that's a lifetime.
Right, they do right.
Right, now according to Miwang.
That Miola Shisha Kacha by Nas.
Miwang.
Yes.
Now you have to be set in motion. I want you to observe what's the thickness of the atmosphere. Right? This is the thickness of the atmosphere according to Gaelic. But now you are running. I want you to observe what's the thickness.
That and that's that chupa jubicus, miotipan jubicus, and the Karela Taro chase, no Longkang with City Layataro chase, Rata, the Gishi Gilela get Kungi Tatana Taba in Bana, Kugi Tijina Taba in Bana, Longkang with Kusin, the Narojimashi or Maris. This time by chupan jubicus, the Longkang with City Katsuchi Metela Taro chase.
And remember, everything is approaching you.
That's one of the character good is that dread the Charondogua. Eba na chorong ko thona la ya sama susu sholo choyong ko yo pala nang res.
All right, so who wants to be the atmosphere?
Along come chinye yo
One
esa.
more. Who? Yes, good. Right, so this is, give me some length. This is the atmosphere according to Gaelic. I want you to do according to Muang what he sees when he runs. All right?
Kayako. That dikare system bala chorong le likachi or darwa. The likatikare system bala tanda chorong dige deatikare system bala ya geshi lagi tishiniti baina longkang kitsetirwa. Ra. The mio jisha le system bala as mio ki tishin ane cho longkang kitsekana ro chago meti tanochis. Does it need to show the thickness of the atmosphere according to mio, right?
Oh yeah. Yes.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, last one. Yeah.
Do you agree?
Right,
Right, so the thickness according to Muang get contracted. Because according to Muang, the earth is pushing toward the Muang.
But they do some as right, and the Gelaba Chia de Tonson right. The career system by Mio Pan Drubicaps, Miola Shisha by Banet Sama Kushola Tsungora, Kushola Tsungbo Bakansila, and a co Joset in Jopoyo Tans. And a long come tango Gisela Shisha by a long come Tupoyo Pate, and a cook set the Chintondo yours, Janset the Congo yours.
Right, so even though the Muang only travel according to himself, 0.6 kilometers. That's longer than the thickness of the atmosphere. And therefore, it can reach the ground.
Tarwa, Danda, the Miola Shisha, Keshepa and Bana, and a Koran Dreta Kosundure system Balaya, kilometer levels of 2 much do your marestra. Do your mara. In Bana did Druede, a long come lit toyores, the cooler Shisha, Kugi, Tishan, and the Keshepa and Bana, they are long come lit toyores, Royores.
Everybody agree? Understand?
That is it. How goes that?
Do you agree, Gishala? This is.
That my pet, the answer is to it. Can the go down? Yeah. Thank you. That's a good thing.
Oh, it's good.
He is asking, why you say length contraction? So how do we understand that? Is something compressed or?
Yeah, so you observe compressed.
당연히 통나라야 그 뒤 장세대 kumba스 거라 주란도 통그리스 요번도나.
Right again, I think this is a good picture. Right, so this is what it means.
다다다 그 정금사야 되긴 돈야된 됐던 거요레스.
Right, you would observe if this ball is moving, right, at a particular velocity. Say, let's take this one, right? 0.9 times speed of light. What you observe is not this shape, but it is compressed, contracted.
다단다와 다 가르치게 시스템 발라야 게테 polluting 고셨던 거 요파치라 타바 임바이나 스치르게타 pollute가 예프틴데나로 지고 인저탕아 요마르다 임바나 콘 족본 루비 캅스스 고 예프딘데도 요팔라야 통그레스.
Is this clear?
세우차서 에사.
Right, so this is not very intuitive, but it's confirmed, it's real.
Tako this nyota saurachi ores na ina nguni res. Yes.
Yes, good. So this come to this question that Gilak had this morning, right? Very similar. This is a so-called twin paradox, and I hope you have an idea how to solve it. It's not a paradox, there's no contradiction. So the paradox go.
Yes. That anda de shopa ngaso tude chichi ores. That de kalana shopa de la ngaso ke sima gendu se chitoa. Simin gendu se chitoa. O te ke che ores. That de kala chi kwa lanta tene dau tanda ke che pano jen dau ores. That de kapse ko yaputa ba na kula gendu yo mares.
Right, so the paradox go as follows. So this morning, Gilak, you had the example of daughter and father, right? Here I'm just going to assume two twins. They were born at the same time. And so Tenzin and Karma are two twins. Before Karma went on to space travel, they were at the same age.
That anna shopa gishila ge songa de kapsa pe bana pala chita pumuchi pisha yores. That anna de kapsa ngasu bana kareta ge yensena sema chita ge yens. Sema nchata ko tu chila ya je barwa ta ko lu se chi parwa te chita ge yens.
Right, so Karma take the spaceship, reach some distance, galaxy, and then turn back. And the question is, and of course, once she arrived, she is younger than her brother.
That anna shopa she bana that anna de kapsa bana rata karma bana ko khatu chila de that tharansa ge gutsi chila chin shilo pares. That de kapsa bana ko phandu de ta karma phandu chon tambalaya ta pinjata sema je chero ta durbai bana rwa sema jemba de ta durbai na lu chwa yores.
Because of time dilation.
Kachinere na dinner ge chambires.
All right, so you may think, well, it may be contradictory if say, well, according to Karma's point of view, Tenzin went on a trip, spaceship travel, and then turn back.
Can you sorry?
According to Karma,
yes.
Tenzin went on a spaceship travel from the other to the other direction and come back.
Karwa ta dekasa karata na declaration ya karma ge tisla se shabai baina. Karma ge tisla se shabai baina tenzi phachin de tirwa. Tenzi khuran de chi de so ya ro chi thang anongres.
So according to Karma, Tenzin gets younger.
Ta karma la ti de ta ke shabai baina ani tenzi khuran ko lu chwa cha chi ko lu chwa na te ngo res.
And therefore, there is an apparent contradiction. Right, so this is a version of what you mentioned this morning, the daughter-father. So is this contradictory?
Chagu sarwa. Kilan chigi imbe chesuga. Gelaba karson re sena ngasu tanda digi pisi shaba imbe na. Sila tina chitso yongore jende te phandu go yorwa. Ra. O tinda si shaba imbe na phajun de la ya chi chwa ta chi chwa chha mindus. Jona jonyam ta gena ginyam re sha asare. Kilan chigi imbe. Chigi yeah. So if we apply this analogy, we can see, as you have mentioned, from the both direction. So they both will age at the same time. So they will be the same age for the twin.
So not quite.
Tata degi mendus. Tatele kilenchigi mesenyi kashichigo ba.
Karma is younger, right? Regardless, the point is, Karma is younger, regardless from whose point of view.
Tata dekapsa, ane ko tishila ya rali mares, ra. Tata dinachi wige netang lat sambaina, 니실라 뒤실라 라리가 말레스 karma chong grace.
So what did I miss here?
That is tambala delaya chechuno kari cheshas.
It's very similar to what we just did.
Dela shebatan do yores. Nimege jokse to halan nyambar she. Ogen jokse to din nyamburi do leba. Tise round do ata? Thon do ata, thon do ata? That tise tera yomara. Jang thot surgura. Tise giya.
Yeah.
Te kamala ko tise lume bade ka tinda kita kuraba.
다 당연히 가서 동부 아니 가서 디 용동도 기키와이나 댄진을 또니 아니 다다디 까마데 거런 거사래다. 나 까마 거럴 또는 단 돈이 요번 돈이 제라. 그것도 싫은 도요 말어. 근데 그 세긴진 마든 도면은 댄진데 아니 까마 기선 거사러. 천산이 콜로 다 게데 되게는 차고여다.
So according to Tenzin, karma took a long time.
Yeah.
For the space travel, but according to karma, it didn't take that much time.
Is it time or... Alright, and what else is different? Time is different, but there's something else is different.
Distance?
Distance. Right? Because this distance through which that Tenzin figure out the age of karma is different according to karma.
Right, Shita Tandaki Gila Swana Center, Tisutra, what I could Tisutin Dago Marwa, Tisutin Mandoti, Tanda Gisila Swana, Gila Swana Sinche, the Shendachika, Janset in Dago Maris. Ra. Ta Tenzingi, Kasugusana, Alekama, Jansen, Dinachi, Chinchi, Resigo, Res, Jansukugi, Sijaton China, Jansechiorwa, and a Kama Shishabana, Janset and Maris, Janset Dago Maris.
Right, so according to both, if you take into account the distance traveled are different, then according to both of them, karma should be the younger one. There's no contradiction.
Right, this tambalaya kuge ta ko anchala chombe taba telekiche shepain bainaya ta karma kura druege jangse chigorwa otile chepe yore thwa yore this tambalaya tanda de kapsa karma lu jonjon re sa this gora da ko khandu ti chi cha cho yons tambal lu jon bare sa telaya ngendu yo mares ta ta de gres.
All right, so this will be your homework to train.
Nangli yes ta tikhala ya jonda mas yero che sa akuda.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so shall we go on, or are there any last question?
Thama chita ko kete was ayo sa.
ngal trosh. Anda de ge kamada tenji ni pe jasa danda. Tini kesi pena kamada tenji ni ga ge wo gi nyusela ya ro shi sha ro.
Ko ni cha.
다 지 도초라 비나 까마다야 덴징이 도초라 지 도초라 단단 줘야 디 그저거 남자 시야치와이나 디원게 양 비나 도시데 까마이 바이나 그런 게야 뉴르첼야 캬바도도다 덴지데야 도초는 줘야나 콜타나 진짜 덴 바이나 오기 뉴르첼야 저기 지 바이나 그런 게야 뉴르첼야 덴지긴 줘야 되기 뉴르첼 그런래야 캬바조고야 인자 그런 까마기야 뉴르첼데 원래 뉴르첼에 그런 기도 그러베스 저단 거기 거기 유착한 조대라. 임바인자 그 텐지 요 독절 따단 조대에 디기 요 그런 양 줘야 돼. 아니 조한 조야. 자 그 거기 유착 게데 그러지 더 대간데스.
일단은 저 같이 제임 봐 말어야. 거성 거듬 샤사. 다시는 그 세트 게티 니차스 라. 오근 적설라야 시 오그 초라 신시 독설라 침바이나스. 라. 다 지금 템비게 젠데 되게 스고라다.
저거 봐도 그런 소식도 비나 텐지데 좋아이나 비나 감마디게 감발라 또데 텐지데는 도철 따단 저도나 그런 유찰을 켜봐 줘도다. 라. 그래서 대야 워기 뉴철 파츠 도초라 따단 좋아이나 그 세대 워기 뉴철 겐도 보면 돼. 당나 쇼게 됐어 작으면 돼.
Te kesang aso sije chai ba ke ge dandu ge len taranja se che ne ge lai de sije len chi chon sai imba kesang che chu karsa jton karsa nga chu ge danda bum ji cha chna bum ji cha chi yo ba ngi kyang se ke che chu ba du sa te te ki len ja sa tang ge My caution is, but you have answered the caution yesterday because we solved the problem.
Okay.
And my caution is, if karma and tension go in the opposite direction with the speed of light, in the opposite direction. So according to one of them, the other one's speed can exceed the speed of light.
No.
It's more than speed of light.
No.
Yeah, did they ma? Did they say that? Yeah.
No.
They maris. We're going to say the chair maris.
Right, so there, our classical way of figuring out the relative velocity is different. We can no longer, just do what we did.
Do we need to bring in the Lorentz factor
Yes,
in this?
yes, yes.
That they also karichigure says tambalaya. Sojum income sariki samla tang kion de ta tayo maris. Sojum income sariki samla tang kion de ta paina ne taranja chagi yores. Imbana ta ngasu tanda de kapsurwa. Tituk namsa kase tabi kapsus. Ani tanda ngasu Lorentz ki chentans toa. Delaya gamas toa. Dele beto kodus. Ngasu ya tangya gamas chiwara. Lorentz ki chentans says toa. O ti tanda ngasu dina tele lengu yores. Telai na ani Jose ta ku Jose karim ko kari chimbana oge Jose len joga chi chongayo mares. Yes.
Yeah, gamma.
Yeah.
1 over gamma.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so shall we keep going?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's go.
All right, so very quickly, I'm not going to ask you to do this because of lack of time, but we've already seen, right? There are certain limits that we need to use, like certain situations that special relativity is important. So I summarize here, we have, phenomena which is at the large scale moving slow. Classical Newtonian mechanics work really well, right? Like when you describe, sorry.
Ta tanda de ngasuga namsha khachi ta namsha khachi la ya ko kawa kwala pechu tangu yomes gurwa hotela chita gi yes ketis ro nyu gi da tse gurwa nyu chembuche nyu buti ngoche temu yo pai bai na ngasuga sojing ge ani neutron lege dingushi rupa chigurwa te pechu tanan ku yores.
But if the object is moving really fast, then we need special relativity.
Ta ketis nyobo te hachon jopon rugo yo pai bai na nga sula ya te mukse titu yora mukse titu te pecho tangu yores.
Right? If the object is did I get this right? Yeah, is small but moving slowly. This is the corner where quantum mechanics would describe.
Ta nyobo chi mbana nyobo te chonchon cherwa ko gochoti temu chigi yo pai bai na nga suge kar pecho tangu res na sedu gu shiriti pecho tangu yores.
Where if you have very, very tiny, you want to describe very, very small scale, moving very, very fast, like elementary particles, then you need a combination of quantum mechanics and special relativity. And that's a so-called quantum field theory.
Ta kete rwa nyobo yang chonchon cherwa chonchon che hachon jopon rugo yo pai bai na stan dita karesa nga su sadu yo sadu kusuge gocho ti chongu yores ta dim bai na nga su kari gugu yores na ani chedu gi gushiru pata mukse tuten chepe tangu yores ta dela karesa geresa na ne chedu gi rawi gi tentrum sigere ta nga su chedu gi rawi nam cha sa di res di peche tangu yores.
All right, so which theory, which framework to use, really depends on, the physics problem that we are trying to address.
Ta te kawala peche tangu karas peche tangu sa te nga su ge ta ko ta sa ge ta ngkham chigorwa ngkham te ge chechu te tala rali go resta ko chichon ta joglo la rali to.
All right, so just want to leave it there and let's see. All right, so here again, we started out with a true assumption, two postulates of special relativity, namely law of physics is the same for all observers in all inertial frames, and speed of light measured in all inertial frames should be the same. This leads to the three consequences.
당아서 될라야 무슨 뜻이 담자 가시지고 그래서 때는 찬적 제대가래서 담발아야 아니 가수게 중국의 뜻이기라 요바인바이나 라 중국의 뜻이기나 들리시샤바인바이나 아니 응인컴 산르게 단템데 간자 아니 다시 참말아야 다시 파 참말아야 직바 용그레스 지체로와 아니 되게 제라야 가레스 담발아야 가솔라야다 중국의 뜻이나 요페게 당켄 참말아야 다 가레스 담발아야 외근 적세대 직바레스 단 데이터라테네데다 가솔 딜라테네데데 리버 카치 용구요레스
Right, they include relativistic simultaneity, meaning what it means by simultaneous of two events is different for different observers.
Tadanda digi dilatene de tanchi jindechi kare system balaya ngasu twitter ki dunyam rangshan sa chura dunyam rangshan sa te ko ta tanke tile rali do wa ta tanke tile shisha de ta ko ta dunyam sa te yemen dunyam kana ngo me te tanke tile rali gores.
We have also time dilation and length contraction that we look at very closely today.
Ta shenda kare system digin drive shenda kare system la chi juna ya tere chi jangkum sa jang tak me teres ta de tala ngasu tera des ta ta ju square tin sa puta theories.
And all these predictions of special relativities are confirmed experimentally.
Ta tanda de la ya ngasu muse tu trege the prediction system balai jepa sia chiwa data ane taksi chi de tan ko tan la phabyo re ratu chi yores.
All right, so this is real.
This number the ngone res.
All right, so I'm going to just skip the space time because of lack of time and jump to another topic. So what I want to spend on is the error of time. Why does time has only one direction?
That ananga suge that dela chikta against that dela ya joshi dela chikta against that their career system balaya tugin damu says what tugin damu error of time sig do tugin damu say that against then they comes tuilaya ko tuti khasos chila junu gu junsen karin sigoro that tuila khasos chigo pig junsen karin metela against.
All right, so you all have an experience. If I have an ache, I break it. Is it possible to play the movie backward and repair the ache this way?
That is actually nyamne yores kete ngatsu gwa chi cha bai na sro gwa chi dus cha bai bai na that they could titi shit do de ta yan she charge de phajo de jan zo your ways.
No, right? So there is a preferred direction.
Da yo ma restin stambala kon dusa ge khaso chi do as.
So why is this? Anybody remember from your ETSI years 3 material?
Lawrence mana tangi de sa da de kare sa. Ta kare. Kare, kati kare, de kan la dua ya, tension ni pala do kare. Tati yang se law de na tiki stay omaro kare. Tension yoga. What's the second law of thermodynamics?
Nobody remember? Oh, somebody saying something.
Saying like, what does it say? Heat conservation or the energy of heat energy conservation? Thermal
That's
energy conservation?
Right.
The tambores.
But what does this tell you? Like, look at the picture. What are they different? Disorder, right? This is order, This is disordered.
Tande taba imbane tanda gila sigdo order the disorders so nga so rimba tondemba kurim tondemba ne rimba tan trewa kurim mepala juguyores. Kurim yopa ne mependwa. Yes, from order to disorder.
From order to disorder. That's what second law of thermodynamics tells you.
The first or second, right?
Second.
Then you better nga so Toshirupi, Tenten, your Karsakuresana, Nuboti, and you couldn't tondemba ne, couldn't mendemish also do this, couldn't two bish also do this.
So how do you quantify disorder? What does it mean by disorder?
That Remte said this, couldn't two bar said it, Karis, that they chesuke Tangala Papchi Shabai, but a Kanas Pakuris. Chigje Sunga Samakare. He's saying 1857 is random number, the disordered number.
185?
No, one. Just saying single numbers. 1875.
Okay.
So the number, the order of number is
random.
Random, yes.
All right. What other ideas do you have?
Ta shenda nga so remte system balaya shenda kare yosa.
What is a quantity that tell you how much disorder the system has?
Tarwata mala chikanala ya remte gransin kanda du servata korin tuju che kanda du se telaya ane chechu kare gone desi jagres. Borse kare na desi jagres.
You learned this in ETSI year 3. I look at your slides. It's there.
ETSI ge chechu Lawrence Sambana chechu jansares. Ngaso loktan ngia anga loktan yerina taba ins tata dus tela.
It's called entropy.
That dela kar sigres na rwa. Entropy sigres, tukse sigres, tukse, tupi tse, tuk au katraj tuka tuksa tse.
Alright, so basically what it means by disorder is the number of ways we can rearrange our system where macroscopically the system looks the same. It's a complicated sentence, so we will see what it means. But
that tanda that the karisagore sedarwa. That karisagore senanga sugeta the malochio bachero. Malo delaya takuga rapi chechi tenisha paimbana jromanduach. This rapi chechi tenisha bana jromanduache. And by nani kurim dictan layan jratang sigoroda. Kurim dictan layan jratang deta, rapi chechi layan jramatang walaya. And ku nangi kurim dictan geta dictan katsuchi dusa chigorota, mando katsuchi digach dusa telaya, Ningasuki disagrees, tuxisagrees. That is Tambalaya, take a deshetijam Stambanana, Yopom Puchura, and so really tagins.
so the higher the number of rearrangement that a particular macro state has, the more disorder it is.
The Kasogore system Balaya, the Chambutin Chikanara, Koranlaya, and that's Jerdrichia, Sagora, Nalo Chashit, Jerdrichia, Laya, Katso March Yopana, Tisogo Koranlaya, and a Tuxeti and Dusagres.
All right, so let's look at example and we'll get into a little bit work. But the question is here, I have two compartments, all right, two boxes. I have 4 color balls. How many different ways can you put the balls into these 2 boxes?
That radical system will roa. Tangaso delaya ko gamchon years roa. Gamchon years the delaya ko pulu chantamando pulu shears. The pulu shibu the gamchon de nignatel jictamando katsayores. Yeah, 16 is 10.
This 10. Why 16?
Chitu
Who says 16?
Chitu yosanya.
different colors, right? So the first ball could say whether I want to go here or there. Second ball can do this or that. Yes, that's very sophisticated. We can do how the math work out.
Ta tanda dis ta bain baina ane ko tis ta gunyok puyo res nga so answer kan das dugo me ta gos.
But what I would like you to do is just to draw, just do it like from scratch. And label the different macro states. And what I mean by macro state is how many balls in each of the box. Right? So just give you one example. One particular macro state is 2 balls in each box. And of course, you can rearrange the different colors. Right? So each arrangement with different colors, 2 in 2, like 2 in each box, that's one microstate. And I could have multiple microstates that has the same property that there are 2 balls in each box.
Ta tanda de la ya ta the microstate ta gande baina nga su ga rugby ki ne ba sro rugby ki ne ba system ba la ya ko ta chachi tis chiwa tis go ta chachen ro ta de kap se chechi chote ka se go la na gamchon re re na ta le pulo ni re chi ki yin se de ko ga rugby ki chechu te chi ro disa ta bi chechu te chi ko ne ba te chi rugby ki ne ba te chi rugby ki ne ba de na la ya thabi ne ba mang pu yong chu ko was sikana tele nire chi tang te mang pu yong ko was de gang la chi do ola chi do was.
Is it clear what we are going to do?
Ta de chi se ura cho sa es ta tanda de ba na gang de la ya gamchon re na pulo nire chi sa de ta khorang ta de ko ta rakpi ki che chu chi re do rakpi ki ne ba chi do ta rakpi ki ne ba te ola ya thabi ki ne ba yang ko ban ro yong ko do te se u cha so esa.
So how many macro states can we have?
Micro, this one?
Macro.
Okay. Ta gangi bana nga su ga ropi ge ne bob tinda ka so yong chosa res.
4. Why 4?
지 yong chosa res. 시간 매 주지제.
So what are the different macro states? Let's see how I do this. Box 1 and box 2. Right, so say macro state number 1 has how many balls in box 1, how many balls in box 2?
Handa tanda de nga su ge rugby ge ne bo tangpo de la se baina sra cha chu ge ne bo tangpo de la ta baina ane gamchon tangpo da gamchon yo na pulu ka sa yo res 2
2. All right, let's write it here. What other macro states can you have?
handa ta rugby ge ne bo jamda ka yong na de do sa
3 1, 3 1, and 1 3. What else?
ta jamba ka yong na do sa
4 0 and 0 4. So how many macro states are there?
ka so do sa tanda rugby ge ne bo mano ka so do
5. Right? So far so good, everybody with me?
Lisa
Right? So now I want each table to figure out what microstate, how you do the arrangement of different balls for each macrostate.
ta do sa ta che su ka ri chi ro chi system bala nga su la ya rugby ge ne bo de nga la le sa so ta ko dik tang rugby ngu ni she pa na nga le sa so ta ti na la ya thabi ge ne bo se ko ro ta tang bu de la nga su le ko shi ta chi sum se ko ro ri ge na la ya thabi ge ne bo ka su du ti ta ro chi is ko sa yes
Yes. All right. So get to work.
so for like for can they can number the balls right for
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
for easy
Just
to draw
color. Just yes.
color or number or ABC
Yes.
Yeah.
A B C D. Yes. Yes.
tarwa tanda che su trigger wa ta tina ma she yo mar da dirwa ta triala ya box ri na ri tis na bala ya ta chontan dina do tria khapo yo paina yang mana roa tadi diri la ya tangkas ci ni sumsi station di roa desa bulu diri la tangkas ci ni sumsi yang na bulu diri la ABCD station ne tangkar do tarosta desa kusa oh ya
Oh yeah.
that is the ne
All right, so let's do one example so that we make sure everybody understand. How do I distribute 0 and 4?
aha ta da nga su pichen che te ta kanal he ge me ta gos ta tangpo ti ba na nga su ge gamchon tangpo na chemin do gamchon ni ba na shisha gu do ta kanal sa ge sa
I could just write there's no balls, and then there are 4 in box number 2. Yes?
aha ta te gamchon tangpo na na ti ga me pa che gamchon jenda na tele shisha gu
Right, so how many different ways to do it?
aha ta de la ya de the mando ka se do sa
Just one. G.
just one stick
G. All right, so how about this case? If I have, how do I distribute 1 on the left side and 3 on the other side?
aha ta su sala ya stick ta pha sala
Four, right?
sumya ba na
So I could have each color on
Uh-huh.
the left, right? And then the other 3 here,
aha
right?
ra tangpo tina tele nga su chontra manda chi pa na jenda tina chontra lhajo jenda sumcha ti phajo tina lege ro ere insa mare
So you don't all understand?
sama guchu sa te sisona da khadang de na ko maro yes
Yes,
all
all right,
understood
so just keep going doing it.
aha tatna matutuma perochis ne gele trate chontra manda emba thongo de
All right, so that's one example there.
aha ta de pichen chires
Yes, so it's clear, right, what to do? Okay.
this side yes yeah Tessa,
Are you done? Yes?
Kasulis.
Oh, that's fast. All right, good.
Box to zero na zero raya na chia try marane jambati na chia to shara.
So this is 1, right? And how many for the second macro state? 4. And then 6. And then 4. And then 1. Did everybody agree? Did everybody agree? All right. Right. So that's the result. You agree?
The length is.
All right. So yes, in total we have 16 possible arrangements, and we can organize them according to their macro states.
That de la ya tanda ko dritan te ro ta gam chon ni na tele polu shi chu pa ba na dritan te sko ro ta ka so re se na ane ko thabi ne bab ti shi sha se ba ma na chitu yo re so wa te ya nga su ra pi ne ba la ko se ja pa ba na ya tanda nga so la ya ma da nga to yes.
All right. So what's the probability for us to find the system in the first macro state, having just all the 4 balls on one side?
Ka sa nga so ge tampo te yo sa ko ta pulo ji cha te gam tampo no yo ya ge ane se cha te ka so re sa. 2 by 16?
2 by 16? 2? One by 16.
1 by 16.
1 by 16, right? Because there's only one configuration out of the 16.
Chutukana no kundo chutukana la kundo chima shio marwa tanda tinda tripsetirwa. Jota tanda tinda jota chima shio marwa. Ni chutuk chage shigirwa.
Is it clear?
This is chasa.
All right. What's the probability to find the system in the second macro state?
Ta rapi ge neba ni patina tele ane raya ge ta chi secha ka so re sa.
4 by 16. And how about the third one?
Ni sambade ka so re sa.
6 by 16 and then 4 by 16 and 1 by 16. Right? And you know how to simplify this, right? Just sorry. Yeah. Any questions about probability? No. So which one is the most probable state? C. Right, it's most probable. All right, so before we continue and look at what this is connected to the expansion of the universe and the direction of time, I want to show you some very cute mathematics. All right. So now I'm giving you a set of numbers. The first row, this is a 1. Second row is 1 and 1. Third row is 1, 2, 1. And fourth row is 1, 3, 3, 1.
Tatanda de la yang asuke chitagi ins tangka de la roa. Tangka de la taba imbana ko chang tangpo tena na chik doa. Nyo tena chik chik doa. Sumba tena chik ni chik doa. Ani shiba tena na chik sum chik doa.
What patterns do you observe?
Ta de la ya ko ta dress ko ran dress. Ko pa ma do kare thong do sa. They say they will see like 1 on the side and then number increases.
Yeah, more precise. What else can you find? Yes.
Tatile jenda kare dosa. Che no da.
G.
Da konos ro da ni ne sumla le do da bro. So he's saying that the sum of each row is doubled.
sum of each row is that,
Yes.
or what does that mean? Just
One.
plus
No, no,
one.
no. Over here's 1. Over here's 2,
Uh-huh.
4, 8.
Excellent. That's a good observation. What
Uh-huh.
else? What else? This jigsaw.
Yeah.
All right, very good. That's good. What else?
Ta shena kar do sa.
That's a good observation. So what would be the next row?
Ta tashi apu shu chon sha as the tin sta bela ya khu ge rwa. Termati ki ok termati karin sa re sa. Ere dwa lai de tin lai ka ya re.
1441. How many numbers should I have? You see, it has 1, 2 numbers, 3 numbers, 4 numbers. 1441 only has 4 numbers. You're missing 1.
Ta trust ta garwa. Tanda. Tarwa. Tanda ku ge.
1441.
1441 sa kuda shi lag do ta tanda de ba na terma de la ya shi do as. Terma jimba de la ka chu ku re sa tanga. Anga ku garwa.
last nga
Kari
tini
re.
last nga
1, 2.
dam dam phagda
12441. Jesus.
How did you get that?
Change some to the la.
14341
14341.
1 yeah
Caliber 14641. 14641.
Why?
okay 14641
One 맞습니다.
So what you also should observe is that these two numbers add up to this. These two numbers add up to that. These two numbers add up to that.
Ta yang senda ta chi bana kare ore sena ro. Ne tanga den cha dom chin dile den dom dile den dom dile do. Ta ka sole sare sa chi sha. Shi je 6 je 10 je.
All right. All right.
That is-
Write the next. Okay.
Yes.
Write the. Work it out. Write on your notebook the next 2 rows.
Ta su su ni ta ga tro che sa ta ga su ta ga la chi to kwa. Ta digi terma jemba ni cha digi terma ji ni cha kan de su sa re te ma su su ni ta ga tro che sa. Ta kha ge la go mar da. Ni ta ga tro che sa sta trish.
Yeah. Yes, that's right. Yes, excellent. Excellent. Yes. All right, so what is the next row? 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. And then the next row? 1, 5, 10, 5, 1. And the next row? 1, 6, 1. Excellent. So what do you observe? You find out 1, 4, 6, 4, 1.
Ta ti ka sa kar thong son sa.
Right?
Well, that's
So this is what you discovered, yes?
This is yes sir. Sir. Okay.
Does this look familiar? This series of numbers.
ngusing da sa te chi ngusing da chi re da sa dan da tang ka gira gi te do di ne ga re do yeah it's
Right?
here
This is a number of configurations.
do ko ge ta chi do ta de do sa this yes
Yes. So what do you expect? What this series of number describe?
ta ta da de na yo pi ge tang ka de ge ka re chi de se ja ya re wa chi ge we sa
Yeah. If you have 5 balls, you're going to distribute in 2 boxes. This is the number of microstates you would have.
ta de ge wo ge de ka re chong ko re se na tang ka de ta ka re chong ko re se na ro ke de chi ran la ya bolo nga yo pa chi ro bolo nga che te ko gam chong ani ge na chi gu yo pa na ani chik tang te man ro ge ani ka sa trabe ge ne bo ka so yo re sa na man ro ani de te de yong res de yo kon de yong res
So this is quite neat, right?
장난을 도왔어. 가서 도왔어.
Right. All right, so we said the entropy described the disorder. And by disorder, we mean the number of different ways to rearrange the system so that the macroscopic properties of the system stays the same.
다 단다 데 가서 가서게 데 가서 그래서나 로아 다 특세티 되시자고요. 그래서 다 특세스 담발아야 아니 ngubotige tako rimba trewas kora kora mande bagya ngubote desija kora this is na kas kora sana ku rapi gi chechula ya jura mandu ba chero rapi gi chechula ya rapi nivo gi chechula jura mandu gone ani thabi gi nivo la ya ku ta chi diktanti mandu ka so chi yo me ge tangka te chong yo res.
So which one of these macrostates has the highest entropy?
Ta tanda dusta bai bai na asro rapi nivo kangila ya ani tukse chishu de dues tukse chiwa de kangila dusa yeah C,
right? Because it has the largest numbers of ways to rearrange the microscopic particles.
ta de ka sem bai na C deres karchin la bai bai na khonang la ya 그런 게 딱가서 그래. 다 럭비기 체치때 ngo야기 체때 나로라야 차비기 그런 게 림바 딕당 바로 딕당스 그래. 바로 딕당 때 마도 아스.
So if I start out my system in this state, which is pretty older, right? Because there's like a furious rearrangement I can make, which direction? And then now I remove this partition. How would the particles move?
다 단다 데 당포 될 치 샤바인 바나 다 코로나 드타 지금 하시면 더 가로와. 마신다 드가요 말와. Get is 아니 감촌 인식이 존섬 쓰고로 감촌 인식이 바로게 가치때 램바인 바이나 아니 거스 누그레스다. 처탐 누그로 인샤나 담그로. Yeah, I'll move to the empty box.
They will drape so that it's equally distributed in the the whole new volume.
tarwada tanda kurang baru ki kachute lemba imbana kachigre system balaya ta tanda ngasol malak sawachi ta gam chembuchi chagrwa otiga natle ne pulushu te kurang chanyombu gane khatam gres.
That is this particular state, macro state.
That the system balaya tanda delayopige and a rapig in what did the Kimandicagres.
Right? So the system moved from a low entropy state, very ordered state, to a high entropy state, which is very disordered.
That culture system balaya ganga de bana to Chonwa, Kukurum Tigaz Dengue or Chonwa Kurum Chi, the Kuri Demba, never do any Chiwas Gordarwa.
So this defines the direction of time.
That delatine data and a tugi cashote nitenchigres.
And that's also what happened with the expansion of the universe.
That dating also Jikten Jachik Kasan, Tarajan Jonguyores.
Right? With the you start out with a very packed, very ordered initial state. And as the universe expands, it becomes more disordered based on our previous discussions.
So Toma Ngoma Desijachuga Nitantala Tabaimana, then Jikten come to Tampuko, Kurum Tandemba Chonchoni, that Kachili Dusions Tambala, Jikten Jaspatan Hento, and you could say Chiwish of Sedus, Rematan Travis, Kurum Mepish was in Duguyores.
All right, so this is, it's sort of dictated by the second law of thermodynamics.
That is Tambalade, Dotantica races Tambanga, Sungushi Rupa get them to Yores.
So I think this is
Yeah.
time, right?
Yes.
So I'm going to stop here. There's like a lot more material there. You have the elastic band, that should be the expansion of the universe that we didn't get to do, but you can bring it and do it on your own. So basically, what's being expanded is the space, not the planet, not the Earth, right? But it's a space that is being expanded, and it's a very nice thing to try out, right? Just draw a few dots on the rubber band. If you expand it, you see the distance between each pair of dots should increase.
That under Chetula Jitachi, the Cheramas, the Kalana, Jitin Jachi Batinga, so Yanchit. Jegud in the ruins, that the cultural system balay, Jitan Jache system balaya, Zakartan, Nimatan to the Chirusago Maris, Panakura Jache Dugores, the Chesugatele, Notikashi Tirua, Notikashita, Zakartan Nimatson big Notikashi Jitane, those Tamba in Bana, Kusugo Vartati Jachigo, Paches.
And we spend a lot of time really getting to, the properties of space and time and this later foundation of really learning cosmology, at a deeper level.
Can you repeat that again? Sorry, Mushin. Can you repeat that again? What
I say, like, we spent the last 3 days learning about the properties of space and time, and this is important in order to continue learning about cosmology.
That Tanda Tandanga doing Sanskrit Laya, Nasuga Katugu Chechu Mabuchila Tayores, that did that Manshiki Shadow Chagores, Takalabana, Nasuga, Nansur Pokoral Tagio Paibana, that they thought the Tampo Shiagi, Tako, Shigueg, Manjisha Chagores.
Right, so I will update the notes to give you the solutions to some of the problems we did, and I hope we will have, future opportunities to discuss further, what's the fate of the universe, what is dark energy, and all that, with a foundation that, we've gone through in the last 3 days.
Tata Delaya, Troyama, which goes Shayos, the land data so Kutochi, that Tanda Chetsu, the Tajawala Tandate, the Mount Balayanga Sugi, Mungumbigi. Benzigla sopa colaya, and it's Jayalaya, Chicasuga, the Kokando, Yamachi.
All right.
So, quick question: what is the plan for tomorrow's presentation? They will start from the first session, or?
That's a panel, and I think.